hands down. Hands down shit, you know what I mean?
What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in here on YouTube to Hands Down Sports. Give me that like, that subscribe, that notification bell. Really appreciate it if you can help me out, my G. So, here today, of course, we got to talk about the New York Knicks. First thing first, I want to tip my hat because, of course, the Pacers, they didn't quit. They kept fighting. They were close, and then they lost the lead by 14, 16 points in the fourth quarter, and that's when all hell broke loose. Now, their star player, Hilburton, he did have a great game. Apparently, he made some type of record for having 30 points and 10 assists in a playoff game or an Eastern Conference Finals game. I'm not sure. I didn't remember what I saw on TV, but, you know, it is what it is, my G. We got to fight back. We got to definitely show that we can take that game 2 and hopefully steal one in game 3. Now, of course, you know, when people play in Madison Square Garden, they don't play for the Knicks. Then you'll have games like this guy. This guy right here, who averages 12 points a game, 4 rebounds, and an assist a game. Now, he's averaging 50% from the field, and his three-point shot, if I go to his stats, is really high too, man. For three-pointers, let me see here, he's averaging 43%. So the guy that got hot and couldn't miss and happened to be the greatest player that ever played in the NBA, especially in Madison Square Garden. So forget Jordan, Curry, Kobe, KD, LeBron. Those guys are trash compared to this guy right here with what he did, you know what I mean, in game 1. They deserve it. They won. We let go of the gas, and that's what we get, my G. You know what I mean? But like you've seen in my other videos, I said Knicks in 7. So let's see what happens. I mean, this whole playoff season this year, how many teams have won the road games this year? A lot. It's rare, but, you know, it happens. You know, I mean, that lucky bounce, my G. I still can't believe it. It bounced off the rim, and it went to God. It went out of the stadium. Touched the clouds. Came back down right in there, bro. You know, there was a video that he might have double dribbled, but whatever. You know, the goaltending call that was missed when Brunson went up, to the basket and Turner blocked it. Hey, referees always make mistakes, right? It is what it is, babe. We just can't dwell on it. And, you know, at the end of the day, I'll be like, yo, I'm not surprised. It happens all the time, bro. You know how many guys that are not all-stars play greater than Michael Jordan in MSG? They can't do it for us, but they can do it for their team. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if it's a playoff game, preseason, or regular season. It always happens, though. That's how long I've been a Knicks fan. I've seen it all the time. I've seen this movie play out. But hopefully the Knicks can regroup, be like, all right, this is what worked for us. Let's continue it and dominate, man. Because they were playing a really good game, man. But, you know, the last 4-5 minutes, right? That's when the Pacers took over, and apparently they've been doing it all season. And they're pretty matched up with us really nice, too. Like, it's going to be a great series unless, you know, the Knicks get swept. Then it's like, yo, what the hell happened here? But we couldn't burn down the city, right? So everybody in New York City is happy about that because we be wilding after one game, after one win. But that's the thing. The difference between the other fans and us is that we're thirsty, babe. We're fucking hungry, man. We're like dying. You know what I mean? That's how you have to explain it. We're just dying to win a chip, man. We want to see this team, the New York Knicks, win. You know what I mean? I'm saying that the tickets are more than the average Super Bowl right now, dogs. I mean, if I'm the owner of MSG, I'll sell my soul right now to keep that up, because how much is going to be in the finals? $1,200 to sit in row 100 in section 4 all the way against the wall next to Shaq and them. I'm telling you, if those fans that were up there during the TNT, commercial breaks and all that, and you can see the fans right there, right next to them, if they paid about $800 for a ticket, people in New York, ustedes tienen dinero, loco, ustedes son ricos. No wonder stuff is so expensive out there. But, what are you going to do, son? My parlay went down the drain, and I should just put all my money on Naismith, saying that he's going to have the greatest game in the world. 8 for 9 from three-pointers. 2 rebounds, 5 personal fouls. So he almost fouled out just like us, But 30 points. The first time he's ever done that in his NBA career. He was on Boston. Let me see, go to his bio. This is the greatest player that's ever lived, of course. 2022, from 2020 to 2022, those 2 seasons, he played for Boston, and then he has been with the Pacers, who, he's getting more playing time, more minutes. He started more games compared to Boston. They really give him a chance, But what can you say, man? It happens all the time, bro. And we'll see y'all in game 2, my G. All right? Let's go Knicks, baby. This ain't over, dogs. Not in my eyes. This team is going to show you why. We'll see, man. I want to hear I asked for the Pacer fans to leave me comments and stuff. Well, yeah, baby. Y'all had the opportunity to, talk mad trash right now. You know what I'm saying? Your boy, in those horrible jerseys. They made it happen, bro. Let's see what happens next. Game 2 on Friday. All right, guys. So we're going to talk about the Major League Baseball. MLB. The conversation that I've been having is with everybody that's been going wild and crazy, bashing and cursing out Juan Soto. Now, apparently, of course, if you've seen the contract, he went to the Mets instead of staying with the Yankees for like a $5-10 million difference. And and we all know he's great at the plate. He gets on base. He's very patient. He gets walked a lot because he has a good eye. The fielding is where, you know what I mean? It's not all that great. But hey, my favorite baseball player of all time, Manny Ramirez, wasn't great at left field, but put him at the plate and he ain't playing games, dog. And luckily he has 2 rings for Boston to show for it. But, Juan Soto, he won a championship with the Nationals. So my discussion with my peoples, and they're all diehard Yankee fans, so, they over there ripping, my chest apart because I'm not a diehard Yankee fan, but I've been cheering for the Yankees for the last 3 seasons to play the Dodgers in the World Series, and they did. And then, you know what happened in Game 5, right? Or Game 4 or whatever it was. I'm just saying, man, we don't know the real reason that Juan Soto decided to go to the Mets. To me, it was kind of like a no-brainer. I'm like, if I was in the shoes, I'd be like, yeah, I want these kind of things that I'm asking for. And the Yankees, they met me like halfway, right? They're offering like $740 million. The Mets are $750 million for a certain amount of years. All good, right? All the money in the world. I'm set for life. Me and my family, generational wealth, all the good stuff. But what's going on? Why has this superstar has been on 4 teams in the last 8 seasons? That's my real question. And at the end of the day, I'm like, dogs, we boo him and we curse at him and we tell him he's trash while he's playing. You know what I mean? But if you see the guy in the streets, if you're 12 years old, I understand. You're going to be like, F you, Soto, you garbage, you suck. But as an adult, come on, babe. And that's my beef for everybody. I'm like, dogs, who cares, man? These ball players, man, they want to make the most money in the world. Imagine, you know what I mean? Imagine you're a professional athlete, man, or whatever field you're in. Don't you want to get paid, like, extremely well? Of course you do. And if another company wants to do that, you're not going to go over there? No, I want to stay here because I've been here for 15 years. Look, babe, you might say that he's not a true Yankee. I've never heard him say that he grew up a Yankee fan. I may be wrong. Please let me know in the comments below if Juan Soto ever said that he was, born and raised a Yankee fan. Because if I was in his shoes, a team that was just in the World Series, and I was a huge part of it, the right field is right there. I hit the most home runs in my career I've ever done. And I'm right behind or right in front of one of the best players in the league. I'm staying with the Yankees, man. I know I like what the Mets did last year too. They were scrappy, they stayed in it, they fought, they had some win streaks, boom, they made it to the playoffs, they shocked some teams. I mean, even this year, the Mets are doing really good. Besides, Juan Soto being in a slump, batting .243, 8 home runs, 21 RBIs. Was his OPS of 804. It's not the kind of numbers he puts up. But to me, it's like, yo, dogs, that's it, man. Look at it this way, man. The Yankees, they were like, yo, man, we almost paid one guy $750 million. But we were able to take that money, get a pitcher, get an outfielder, get a reliever, get another guy, and spread that love for guys that are producing right now for the team. Come on, man. They dodged the bullet, son. You know what I mean? But if Soto would have accepted the Yankees' offer, everybody would have been happy. And it is what it is. This would have never been a topic at all, of course. Obvious, right? But Hands Down Sports says, yo, go get your money, baby. Especially if you already won a ring, man. You're not thirsty for a ring, bro. You're not trying to kill yourself to get a ring like Don Mattingly. Ese loco se va a morir without winning a championship, regardless of what team he's on. I want Judge to win a championship, at least one, dogs. You know what I mean? This guy right now is going for the Triple Crown, babe. He's leading in the stats tremendously. They beat the Rangers today 1-0. Rondon, he's a good pitcher. He got the win. Weaver got the save. And Vivas homered to right center. You know what I mean? Let's go back here. Aaron Judge, he went 0 for 3, and I believe he got walked today. He probably got walked. But right now, look at these stats, dog. This is the best player in the major leagues. I know Otani's right next to him, but this is the man. Batting .396. I let that sink in. 16 home runs. 44 RBIs. And his OPS is 1.230. First in that. First in home runs. First in RBIs. Tied third in home runs and first in batting average. For a dude that looks like he can play either basketball or football in the NFL. This is why I like this guy so much. He's playing baseball, babe. To me, the greatest sport, babe. To me, the dopest sport ever, son. When I enter a baseball stadium, it's like, wow, this is so fucking wonderful, man. A baseball field. And the baseball stadiums, to me, look the best. How they design it nowadays compared to anywhere else. But, of course, every basketball game has to be indoors. They're not playing outdoors. They're not letting the wind dictate, a play when somebody shoots or gets a rebound or whatever. If the wind would have blown, then your man's over there would have missed that shot last night. But it is what it is. So, if you agree with me, let me know in the comments below. If you disagree with me, I would love to know your point of view about Juan Soto, Yeah, Hands, I'm going to boo him when I see him at Target. If I see him at my local pizzeria, I'm going to go up to him and say that you're trash. You know what I mean? Grown-ass man that never made the major leagues. At least if you made it to the majors, you can talk shit. You know what I mean? Look, man, when I was a season ticket holder, to the Marlins. My seats were like right center, and the Nationals had this player. I think his last name is Morrison in right field. He was like their power hitter, and the fans talking mess and saying all types of craziness to him. And then around the sixth inning, he turned around and he looked at us. You know what I mean? And was like, "I drive Bentleys to my job. What are you driving? Your mama's Honda Civic? Get out of my face." And he turned around, bro. And I was like, damn, no comeback. I mean, I wasn't the one particularly saying stuff to him, I did say a few things, but it wasn't like consistent, like a couple of group of people that were to the left of me that were much closer and facing him, and they were having fun, man. They had a lot of drinks, but it is what it is. That's what I expect at the field, you know what I mean? When you go to the game, the home team bashing the away team. You know what I mean? Just don't say nothing about their moms or like their kids or nothing, because you never know, man. Somebody might have cancer, somebody might have a disability or something. You don't want to go that far. You want to talk about them. You know what I mean? Like even one day when Giancarlo Stanton played right field for the Marlins, I'm right there, man. It was like a day game. I'm sweating. I'm dying in the heat in Miami. The ball was hit, and he jumped up, and the glove he was using was not like a MLB approved glove. It wasn't like a glove that the ball club gave it to him. It was his dad's glove that he used through like the whole entire minor leagues and probably in high school, and it was a sentimental glove to him. Guess what I yelled at? I said, if it wasn't for that trashy ass glove, you would have caught that home run, bro. You would have caught that. He probably will never remember that, and he probably don't know who I am, which is cool, man. I don't want to get, knocked the hell out by, Stanton's guns, you know what I'm saying? But look at him, man. MVP, he's an amazing hitter. He's a great hitter, power hitter. In the playoffs last year, you got your money's worth on that one, doggy. You know what I mean? Very happy to see him succeed. You know what I mean? All those Marlin players when I was a season ticket holder from 2009 to like 2012, whenever they moved to the new stadium, what was that, 2012, I think it was. I was a season ticket holder that season, and that's it. But besides that, man, everybody that played for the Marlins during those years, I wish them all the best, of course. Ross and who's that other dude that played third base from Mexico? No matter why they're local. I should look them up, but, it's all good. Appreciate y'all for listening, man. Leave me a comment down below. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button here on YouTube. Hands Down Sports, baby. Estamos aquí, loco.